I'm not the one who fumbled that ball. And she's
Yeah,
not. You know what I
she's
mean?
not.
She's not the one who fumbled that ball. Like
And
that check was found.
oh no, the ball wasn't fumbled. The ball wasn't fumbled by Stormy. In fact, Stormy was like, I want to reiterate, I wasn't the one who fumbled that ball. And I also want to reiterate, to be clear, because I'm on the stand, Donald Trump has two balls, two very weird balls, and I had to fumble those. Okay. But believe me, when it comes to balls, I know how to fumble them and not make a big deal about it. Okay.
That's right. That's right. If there's someone who knows, I mean, because here's the thing, that's not the only set of weird, misshapen old celebrity balls that I'm sure Stormy Daniels has had in and around her. Have
No.
you? Oh, wait, we've talked about that,
What?
but we haven't talked about it on the show. Have you watched that porn where they fuck the guy with his ball? But we have talked about that in
I haven't.
the car.
Yeah, we talked about it, and I told you I haven't seen the porn, but I saw the product and considered getting it.
That's right.
Have a ball.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Or two. I mean, just shove it. We're just putting anything we can in our butts now. We're like, what can we fit into our butts?
Welcome to our new game show. What can you fit in your butt? We're the great host of that, actually.
I mean, it would be a hit somewhere. You know what I mean? There is a country that is like, all rights reserved.
What is that?
This is our idea.
Are you a friend?
Okay. All right. Are you hello, YouTubes.
Hello, YouTube.
So good to see you. We are here. We are queer for your entertainment for 30 minutes and no more. Casey, are you about ready to go ahead and start?
Ready, Freddy.
Okay, let me pull up my. All right. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a 3, 2.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet with two gay hosts who are just like Stormy Daniels, because we will talk about uncomfortable sex stuff in a way that is overtly political and will make the Republicans want to kill us. With your hosts, fun, brave sex worker number 1, Casey, and
Sure thing, Miss Soto. That's right. That's Tony. If you want to fuck me, you know what? Shout out for.
What if you don't want to fuck you?
Then it's just Miss Soto. Thank you very much. If you don't listen, the only way that I'm going to let people disrespect me is if they're fucking me, because sometimes the bitch likes to get tousled around.
And that's a slut with a true sense of self and a backbone.
You know, I have been
split in half.
I have been told, you know, it just goes into that story where it's like, you know, it's always the creepy white guys that are into the weirdest stuff. You know, it's always the people who are just really powerful in the world that like to be manhandled on occasion and told that they're a stupid bitch.
Know your power, you stupid bitch.
Happy Mother's Day. Speaking of stupid bitches, we're actually recording on Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers out there, especially our biggest fan. That's right, the woman who birthed Casey Lai herself, Jeanette
Talento Lai. We love you.
We know you're listening.
Thoroughly
wringing your hands because we're not talking to the right people. And you know what?
I will say, my mom, whenever she has the chance to talk about this podcast to anyone, she talks about how great it is and how if we only were connected to the right people, like her second cousin, maybe we would be bigger. And you know what? She's right. But we aren't. We are what we are. We are niche and we are delightful and we are here to entertain you each and every week, almost each and every week.
Oh, yeah, except for the next 2 following this.
Yeah, maybe time to do one, you know, next week.
Did you call your mom?
Not yet. I was going to save it to when I was going to get the yelling out first with you.
And call your. Oh, so you can be grateful for. Thank you, mommy. Thank you for loving me more than Tony.
Thank you for raising me to be so patient. He's so patient with bitches with a strong backbone who like to get slapped.
Just a little spit in their mouth on occasion. You know what I mean? Just a little spit in my mouth. It's that's not too much to ask for.
Treat me like my microphone. Cover me in spittle.
So shout out to my kid brother. You know, siblings are funny. You have 2 really great ones. Well, you have one really great one and a hot one. But
They're both hot.
oh no, Jetty is so hot. However, I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't. Shout out to Jetty. You're very hot. But
And
I will
Duncan's
defend
great
you.
too. Wow. You
Yeah.
came from my family. Imagine if I was really Italian. I'd slap you across the fucking face.
I know this table would be flipped.
Yeah.
So shout out to my kid brother because out of nowhere, mind you, this is literally out of nowhere. He sends me a text message and he's like, "Are you getting flowers for mom for Mother's Day?" And I'm just like silent. I'm like, when was the last time I've ever done that? like when was the last time I'd ever gotten Barb anything for Mother's Day? And he was like, "Oh, you have, because my brother is kind of like my mom in the way where he'll rewrite history according to the way he wants to see it. So he's like, "There's been you've done it, you've absolutely." And I was like, "Okay, well, regardless, I haven't in years. So now I'm gonna call her." He's at the flower shop in my hometown looking at this like flower thing, and he's basically like, "You want to go halves on it?" So shout out to my kid brother for making me seem like I'm a good son and for putting my name first on the card, reluctantly.
Wow.
But
you forced him to put your name
I never
first?
said a thing. I've just trained him to do that. So no, that's the beautiful thing, Casey. And one of these days I'll wear you down enough where I'm confident that you'll just do it the way I want it. But I didn't have to tell him. He took a picture of the card and it said, "Love, Mom, Tony first," a little bigger, and then his name, whatever that is.
Got it. Well, as always, the one who has to protest so much is the one who gets what they want.
But I'm also the beneficiary of his life insurance policy, and I still want him to live. So come on, I'm family.
And I want to be clear. I also my brother is currently the beneficiary on my life insurance policy. And
there's a better chance he's going to get that cash out sooner than I will. And my brother's obese.
Well, here's hoping that neither of us die soon, because I don't want either you or my brother to be disappointed in how much money they're actually getting from our life insurance. I was saying you could give it to, pay for you could probably pay for the books for 1 year, 1 semester of education for one of your daughters with my life insurance. So
yeah, the one you like the best.
I like them both the best. I'm not.
No, the one Duncan likes the best, because let's face it, he sees them every day. At this point, you've picked a favorite.
Probably, I would imagine. I can pinpoint.
You can't have multiple kids and not pick a favorite. Speaking of Mother's Day, Mom never made a secret that she wanted only girls, and that since she got Sonia, that was the preferred child. However, Karma is a bitch because now Sonia's a big old butch lesbian and I am a drag queen. So
you're the girl.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Well, don't you know? That's what I say. Don't ask for what you want, because you're gonna get it.
That's right.
You're gonna get it in a real way. It'll be served to you. I'm serving you favorite tonight, mommy. Everyone knows I'm my mom's favorite, and I love her for that.
Yeah, but we only know that because you've said that. I don't know. Has your mom ever verified that?
Well, mom would never verify it, but
would come out to you to prove illicit.
Favoritism works in weird ways. You know what I mean?
Casey, the season has come for Eurovision. Eurovision has come and gone now, I believe. I think we have a winner. Switzerland was crowned the winner of Eurovision. For the folks at home who don't know what Eurovision is, it is the American Idol for Europe. Only less good songs and way more faggotry. Like, Europe is gay.
Yes, and now non-binary, because the reigning Eurovision queen is Nemo.
From Switzerland,
the non-binary Swiss king.
Who?
What is a neutral? We need a neutral royal title.
Wait, what's the title? What's the Eurovision title?
No, I just mean like a gender-neutral royal title. You can't call someone king or queen if they're non-binary.
But is the winner of Eurovision called a king or a queen?
No, I was just being faggy about it.
But no, because I remember vaguely, like, in the many years that we've been friends, I feel like you've talked about Eurovision at least a small handful.
No. I don't I made a joke earlier about the songs not being good, but some of them are just outrageously bad. No, but some of them are earworms and they're really catchy, like, and they're just weird.
Europa, Europa.
Yeah,
he was disqualified.
But I like that was
Joost.
Where was he from?
Joost from Netherlands. I don't know how they talk.
Why was he disqualified?
He was disqualified. Well,
doing steroids.
There's a whole lot of things. So Eurovision is controversial to say the least right now, because of course they let Israel play, even though they didn't let Russia play when they invaded.
Well, the Olympics are different from Eurovision. Oh, you're talking about did they not let Russians?
No, when they invaded Ukraine, they didn't let Russia take part in Eurovision. They were disqualified. So, but Israel got to perform, and so this is the two stories. So at one point there was a press briefing, and Yus was in the middle, and the Israeli girl was over to the side, and a reporter is like, "Hey, do you think that because what your country is doing, that like by being here, you make everyone here less safe?" And everybody was like, "You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. Like, you don't have to answer that." And Yus was like, "Why not?" That's all he said. But then fast forward, I think there was a photographer who is alleged to be an Israeli photographer, made fun of Yust's dead parents, and then Yust attacked him in some way, and that's why he was disqualified. So there's a lot to unpack here. However, I don't know who any of them are because
yeah. Oh no, Yust.
Well, yeah, I was like, oh darn, Europa, Europa. But I was like, the one time I ever watched Eurovision was I was asked to host it, and we've talked about this on the show. I was asked to host it at Precinct, and I had no idea about anything.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was just a beautiful drag queen that was like told to sit down at the bar and get drunk with everyone and just not.
Did you do it? Because it
yes, of course I did. I was like, I don't pay for booze. I got good and drunk there, and I got a little bit of education on all the white countries that don't like each other.
And I was just, I mean, for a minute, I was like, it would have been the first time in history that you didn't know about something and then didn't say anything. I mean, like,
the thing is,
you have a lot to say about things you don't know about all of the time. So
the thing is European countries make it such a point to, like, openly kill brown folks that you don't really pay attention to the fact that they all also dislike each other for reasons.
For hundreds and thousands of years.
Yes, but why drama is so boring? It's all about fucking land. It's like, get something new. But like, the thing is when it comes down to it, because I love royalty stuff like kings and queens, and it goes back all the way to that, which is just hilarious to me, because that was just drag, just a bunch of boys and girls playing dress up for no good reason and then killing each other for it. Oh, if only we could do that, all the live singers would be dead.
Yeah, Eurovision would be a lot more interesting if one person, not all of them, but one person had to have their head chopped off. So like, you enter it knowing that if you are the worst of the worst, you have your head chopped off.
And you get kicked out of the UN. That'd be great. Actually, that's a good little listen. In the Hunger Games world we're living in now, apparently, I think that more people should be fighting for their lives these days.
And put it on TV.
So Casey, you like to say that I'm so entrenched in algorithm and swiping and whatnot that because in
your brain,
which is hilarious, because it's like
your frontal
when all the world is pretty much screaming what I'm saying, I'm like, right page. Well, but you act like that's all I do, and I find some escape now and again, and I found it. However, like everything in life, it's stuck in a way because I don't get to finish it. So there's this new show called The Goat on Freevee. I think it's a Prime show.
I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. But if you watch it on the Freevee, they give you 3 episodes because it's just a little taste. It's like drugs. It's like drugs.
It's a primer.
But I'm telling you, Alyssa Edwards is on it, and Jill Zarian.
Zarin.
Those are only two people
Zarin.
I know.
Jules
And then
Zarin.
there's like some Survivor people and some Bachelor people and some 30 Day Fiance people.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, they just live in McMansion and they have to do these things and they're playing for who is the best, the GOAT of reality television.
Okay.
Hosted by Daniel Tosh,
Okay.
who, if I can say, and no disrespect, looks rough. Like, just like the first episode, I cannot believe the producers weren't like, you should shave. Like, he came out with like a 7:30 shadow. You know what I mean? It was like obviously rough. Anyway, this show is, I don't watch reality TV much, so I don't know a lot of them. That's why I only know the two people. But I'm going to tell you, whoever these people are, reality TV has made folks delulu and in all the right ways. And all, like, these people are living, their lives are now their personas from TV. What do you think of reality TV, Casey Lai?
I have come to appreciate the entertainment in a form, like the entertainment that's like you don't have to really like dig deep into it. Like, I've always been a fan of Top Chef and Survivor, like reality TV that's competition talent based. Well, again, because they're doing a thing, like Project Runway in the beginning, I liked all of that. And so I resisted Housewives for a while until the pandemic. And then in the pandemic, I came to appreciate the entertainment, the frivolous entertainment value of women screaming at each other, and came to really appreciate the talent that some of these women have to just fight each other to the fucking death and then get back up. Their sense of like shamelessness is pretty impressive and matched only by people like Donald Trump and Kellyanne Conway, like true evil people. So I have to give them some credit. And talk about reality television. I mean, it's so powerful that we elected a reality television fucking president. So, I mean, you have to like pay some attention to it. As far as the next up and coming president, I don't know, if you win GOAT, do you automatically become Donald Trump's vice president nominee?
I mean, what if that's all this is? It's a cover for that. I thought I saw fucking,
because she's fucking friends with Trump.
I thought I saw Tim Scott in the background of that show somewhere, just waiting for when he could come in. I mean, the thing is, it's just so funny to me that like, because you mentioned the cooking shows and stuff and the competition shows like that. Yeah. I think because there's a food competition person on the show. I don't know if it's like the greatest baker or something like that, but he is a very gay Southern guy.
I'm looking up the cast. You keep talking.
He's like the kind of Southern guy who's like, I'm the most root-tootin'est fucking feathers in a bee's hornets.
Oh, it's they got Colonel Sanders.
I mean, he's that kind of but see, here's the thing. Like, so the first episode of the show, and this is only mild spoilers. I only get to watch 3 episodes because it's on Amazon and not on Amazon. Right. However, like, this guy was going to go home. Basically, people were like, I want to send. Do you know who he is?
No, but William Hung is on it.
Well, no, he was a guest judge on one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and Tosh is very like, he's playing up all the ridiculousness of the reality TV host. I mean, it's witty and fun, and they're starting to fight three episodes in. But there's this bald gay cooking guy, and he can cook mad, and they wanted to get rid of him, and then he made them a meal. He fucking whipped up a meal for enough of the people that they saved his ass. And didn't fucking, because that's the thing. It is about, for me, it's about talent. Reality TV isn't talent.
No,
they have made it that. And even though I don't know who these people are, I do know the shows that they're on, and I'm invested 3 episodes at least.
Well, I'm sorry to say that you can't watch any more of the episodes, but anyone out there, if you got an Amazon Prime account, can you Venmo it really quick to Tony? He needs to watch. He'll give it back. He just needs to. I swear, he'll watch the rest of the GOAT, and then he'll put it on pause until the next season of the GOAT.
I do not have to go against my standards to watch it, because the last episode I watched, they saved Alyssa. Because the fucking person who was in charge was trying to, like, she threw the game so that she could get rid of Alyssa, because Alyssa was like, she told her off at one point the night before, and it all failed and Alyssa stayed. And I was like, that is good TV because they turned one girl against all the other girls. And I was like, yeah.
Did you watch Traitors?
I watched it through the TikToks. I saw enough of it that I was like, but only the Phaedra because I'm
the Phaedra.
I'm a Phaedra stan.
Well, but so like I mean, talking about reality television, so like the reality television shows now cast like that's the thing is casting people you already know from reality shows on the shows because Trader started and I actually liked it. It was half people who had been on shows before and half new people who had never been on anything before, and that was an interesting mix. But now it's kind of leaned into the reality show of it all, and it's very good. But Peppermint went home first,
transphobic, yes,
and it was
from that white bitch.
Where it was like, well, it's like. But it's like, this is a show about not trusting people, and the fact that everyone turned on the black trans woman
who we really don't trust.
So there's something about this person that we don't think they're being honest about.
Yeah, her mom didn't name her Peppermint.
Yeah, to start one, her name.
So here's my question: have you watched that show from the beginning?
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah.
So wait, was it? Because here's the thing: you could tell about budget, like. Alyssa Edwards and Jill Zarian is like their biggest names, I think, on this show. Like, did they have better names for reality TV? Because
it all depends on what that means in your mind. I mean, Phaedra's a pretty big reality television star. She's
not a Jill Zarian. Jill was like 3 seasons.
Jill Zarin. Well, she was an OG, but she left pretty early because she couldn't handle the Bethany of it all. Bethany was a steamroller on that show. That show is my favorite reality series of all time is Real Housewives of New York.
Yeah, the cast members. The first,
Luann, Sonia, Ramona.
That's where I started, and then
Alex. Oh my God, bring her back.
Oh my God, she was a mess. But that's where I started, and then I jumped right to Atlanta, and I feel like the juxtaposition of those two shows, I was at a whirlwind. I was like, this is too much.
It's real. But yeah, they've had like they had people on there, and the people who won from a straight perspective, those people are giant reality stars. They're OGs of Real World and Road Rules Challenge. They've been doing this. They literally live this game for their life, and that is, that's why a lot of people want to be on a reality show is because you can then become a TV star without having really done anything except being a messy bitch.
Are there Netflix reality TV show stars on the Traitors? Because that's the thing that I think made it a little. Because there was like someone from The Circle.
There's someone from The Circle on the go, but I don't know because I feel like maybe not because one, they're not quite as ubiquitous. Although there were like some Love Island people, like things like that. I also watch Love Island UK.
I don't know that one. Oh, that's not when they all. Phenomenon. Okay, yeah. I feel like you've talked about it, but you've never talked about it in a way where I was like, I need to find this. Well, we can. That's a lot. We
really glossed over Stormy Daniels and jumped right into. Oh my God!
Wait, did we?
Well, I made it an opening thing, and then you made it all about our moms, which
well, it's
from sex worker to moms, yeah.
And wait, is Stormy a mom?
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer to that either.
We haven't heard it. We haven't heard like mom. We've heard director, actress, producer, not mom.
I don't know.
Also, host of a reality show. She hosted I Want a Daddy or whatever. Do you want my daddy? Daddy
how
house.
To find a DILF or
DILF Island.
DILF of
everything's an island.
The DILF is the DILF.
DILF mansion. DILF Victorian.
Well, obviously you have some thoughts about Stormy, so tell me what you think. She's already. You're right. We didn't talk about the fact that she took the stand for the last 2 days. In a filthy courtroom, sitting across from the doddering Donald Trump.
It is one of those things where I think it doesn't feel like I wish this could be televised because January 6th, the congressional hearings really did have an effect on the country. It really did put into view what actually fucking happened and how much Trump was involved. But it seems like these court cases are not like gripping the nation in the same way because we need this fucking TV, we need the images. And so to just hear that Stormy Daniels talked about his weird dick and wanted to be slapped and was a creep and yada yada, all that stuff. But I do think, that's the kind of stuff people are like, why does she have to be so salacious about it all? It's because that's to show how much Trump wanted to cover this shit up illegally. And, that's the fucking crime. I hope the jury ain't no prudes and can handle a little fucking dirty ball talk in the courtroom and don't be turn against her, because she's taking on the worst person in the world since who's he as bad as since maybe Idi Amin. I don't know, he's like so fucking bad, and she's taking him on, like, because she has nothing to fucking, she doesn't care. This is why I love sex workers. They're like the realest, most honest people in the world, and sure, they have like,
I mean, yeah, when you have to, when you incentivize your sex for money,
that you can talk about anything.
Yeah, it changes the world. Yeah, you don't have so many hangups, and you definitely don't know you don't have any issues with blatantly putting out there how the sex stuff happened. However,
your job.
Who do you like? Well, Cohen's next.
Yeah,
and Cohen went to prison for exactly what Donald Trump is on trial for right now. So, but like, Cohen's also getting in trouble and getting warnings from the judge about gag orders because he's apparently online. So I'm wondering, in the order of things, should they have closed with Stormy? Because like, here's the thing, like, if Stormy did anything good in there, which I would imagine she would, because she's a woman and a sex worker, and we've established they're great,
and a queen.
Michael Cohen is an idiot,
and he has not shut up for the last 5 years, 6 years,
he's been to prison, so now he's got like street cred. So what do you think about Cohen's what do you think his performance is going to be like?
I mean, I think it'll be a bit of a performance, but I mean, that's the question. Michael Cohen is not necessarily, convicted felons are not the most credible witnesses for a variety of reasons, but I don't, like, everything he's saying sounds true to me.
Convicted for working for Trump.
Well, convicted for working for Trump too, but then but he has turned on him, and he's also monetized his anti-Trumpness. And I don't give a fuck. Trump monetizes everything, and his fucking skunk kids monetize everything. His fucking skunk son-in-law monetizes everything. I don't have a fucking problem with monetizing your hate for Trump, because like, that is, fucking who it would be they're hypocrites. They're fucking hypocrites, to say, oh, he's monetizing his life off of us. But, like, that will speak to his credibility. But I think that it's been pretty clear cut that this is a fucking crime committed by Donald Trump and Michael Cohen to cover up a story that would have negatively affected his, career in politics, which would have been great if it really happened and had negatively affected his career in politics, but seems not to have.
I think what is going to, like, no matter how, here's the thing. He knew what he was doing was wrong at the time. He went to prison for it. I think, like, no matter how bumbling or how, I guess, emotional he might be with his testimony or whatever, it doesn't lessen the fact that a court of law looked at him and was because of what you did for Donald Trump, you're going to go to prison. That somehow that doesn't mean that you know what I mean? It's like, if he skirts this, like, I mean, and look, do I think he's going to serve jail time? Probably not. I don't think that happens to people like Donald Trump or like anyone who's a person in power. However, bankrupt him. You know what I mean? Like, literally bankrupt him, at least.
Yeah, and I mean, convicted felons, except for being able to also be president, apparently, also have a lot of negative things that happen to them after the fact, regardless if they go to jail. He can't own a gun, can't buy one of his Jesus guns, gold Jesus guns that he's selling.
I don't
Probably
think he's that. Remember, he was a fucking Democrat before. I don't think he's a gun guy. I think he fucking
Donald
hates.
Trump. No, I
Yeah,
know. I mean, the
I
things
think
you
he's
can't
just as
do.
gun guy as he is a religious guy. You know what I mean? I think he's like, oh, this is a whole lot of fucking wingnut
No,
fanatics.
I was just coming up with an
Yeah,
example
yeah,
off the
yeah,
top of
yeah,
my tired brain. But I think that he the case, you know, like the fucking bitch judge in Florida is basically delayed indefinitely the documents case, which is a clear cut felony, which is a clear cut case. He hid the fucking nuclear secrets in his fucking shitter. Like, it's a
that's
pretty
like
illegal
that.
thing
Yeah,
to do. Okay, so that's so, but we're not going to get there with that. And the Georgia case is, because it's not a federal case, can be televised. So that's the one, that one would actually be really interesting to me for a variety
oh,
of
he'll
reasons,
hate
because,
that because he has to be in the
well,
room
he'll
with
also
Bonnie.
love it because he'll be able to be on TV and be fucking, you
Yeah,
know.
but in the room with Fawny, who is in a place of power. So it's like that would not be a black woman of fucking power who has the power to like talk. Did you see her testify? She
Yes.
doesn't. She won't give a shit. She's waiting. Oh God, girl, that's a sit and watch and popcorn
Well,
moment.
and it goes to my earlier point that America doesn't care about something unless they can fucking see it. So, like, it will be important for it, but I don't, you know, at this point, who knows when that will fucking kick off. So, I don't know. It's just time to let's get these court cases going. Let's get this one conviction down. It'll be bad if he doesn't get convicted. Not be a good look for you know, truth and justice.
I
But
mean, look, it just go to prove my point about juries. Y'all, we have come to the end of the show. Casey, why don't you tell people what you're doing in your social medias?
well, I was supposed to have a show, but I got into a fight with the producer for their reasons, and so I no longer have that show in June. I have a show later in June, and I can't remember. But what I do have is a barely used Instagram account. You can find me at Casey Ley on that if you want to book me, and then send me 48 text messages about not sending you more confirmation, and you can then tell me that my reputation in this town is as a dick. That was the best part of that email. Was she sent and she goes, "Oh, I've heard working with you is difficult," and I was like, "What?" And then she said, "Yeah, your reputation is he's a dick." And I was like, "Are you talking about my co-host or are you talking about me? I really have no idea what you're." I thought everyone was widely loved, but anyway, book me.
I was literally, when I read that, I was like, my God, who knew that it was me saddling up with a fucking bomb? You know, I was like, Jesus. I was like, at first, I never hear that I'm hard to work with, but you apparently so. Wow.
Apparently.
Who knew? Huh. Well, guys, for the least problematic of this cast and easiest to work with, I'm also not doing anything. I'll tell you what takes over is when you start making a little bit of money at a regular job. I'm like, oh, those numbers in the bank. No, I'm coming back for All Stars, RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. You can catch me at 33 Taps. Just follow Tony Soto Productions, so I'll post every time I'm going to be there. I'm hoping it's every Friday, but if not, who knows? I get it, politics. Otherwise, follow me at The Tony Soto Show on Instagram and TikTok for anything else. And you know, I don't really say this on this show anymore, but go listen to The Tony Soto Show. I'm doing good stuff over there, talking to fucking people, having a good time.
If you hate me, listen to The Tony Soto Show.
Yeah. If you want to listen to someone who is not classified as a dick to work with in Los Angeles.
Well, don't get too grand.
Goodbye. Oh Lord, that was fun.
Perfect timing.
That is perfect timing.